So, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Claire, not Crystal, and this channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, divine masculine energy, and whatever's going on in your twin flame dynamic. So, so always just listen as if the divine feminine, divine masculine energy is the both energies within you, and that's how you'll be able to discern whether this is for you. Obviously, if it was in real time, because you'll know how you feel, hopefully, although a lot of people don't know how they feel. Or it could be talking about the past and you'd know because it already happened, unless your memory is really bad and you forgot. Or you might not know because it might be future. So just remember to hold it, because it's Akashic records that happen. So everything's past, present, future. Don't usually explain it like that, but that's how it came out today. You never know how it's going to be explained when it comes to me. So everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy. So yes, I use a lot of cards, I use a lot of different tools, but if I didn't have any of these, I could just talk and the message would be the same. It's just pretty cool that the cards can back up whatever's been said. Like I will say, God is just speaking through me, and the divine speaking through me, the guides, your loved ones and spirit. It really just depends what kind of energies it's appropriate to bring through for the message. It is Mediumship Monday today, so if you're new around here, all that means is I like to open up a bit more space for the loved ones and spirit to come in. It doesn't mean it always happens that way. Sometimes it just seems like it's the same as what I do all the time, but for some reason they wanted me to pick this up. I love you unconditionally. So, that is the whole point of the twin flame journey, is that it's about unconditional love. And that's something that there's not a lot of examples of 144 in the world. That's really funny, because that actually feels like that bit in that James Arthur Just Us song. And actually, I mean, I think there's probably going to be a line like that in the Katy Perry songs, but it's true, you know what I mean? It's a rare thing to come across. So I'm going to shuffle I'm not doing Mediumship Monday right now, I don't think, but I'm going to shuffle these bits of paper, and this is what determines what I'm going to do. Sometimes though I've already done it, but this time it won't be, because I'm picking it first. So this is, I'm going to do the Mediumship Monday video a bit later. Maybe not even too much later, but I'm going to do it in the living room. So what have we got? The thing that always comes out is twin flame channeled messages or channeled astrology, like meaning like I'll just talk about astrology and then the bit of paper comes out. And it's usually after I've done it. I've given messages about twin flames and I've channeled about astrology, and then these bits of paper come out. But now I'm just piecing together a lot of this. So the themes, the films I've watched over the past couple of days, they've all had a theme about death, loss and grief. I mean, cheery, but it's true. And again, if you're not new around here, you'll know that that is a topic I'm extremely interested in with my Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto. I'm not afraid of listening to people talk about these topics or talking about it myself, which is why I'm good for holding space when people are going through really difficult stuff. Because loss isn't always literal death. It can be like the loss of your old identity, your old self. Like when people become a parent, or definitely with all the stuff that I talk about, like the divine masculine shedding who they once were to step into who they're going to be. All of this is really scary. And divine feminine too. Like divine feminines have to do the same thing that before the divine masculine does it. My eyes have just been guided down to free again, ascending masters. So guys, if you're wondering why I'm laughing at that, if you're new here, I am somebody that's here to guide people to these different codes. Again, I know people call it angel numbers, each of their own. It's activation codes, I call it, but free, as in it wasn't one of the front runners that my eyes always get guided to call out, but it just keeps, every video. So, and like I said, free to me is about ascended masters, and that's actually very fitting with one of the films I just watched. But yeah, basically a lot of the I can tell that some of the downloads that I've got from quite a few of the films I've watched over the past few days, it's like I'm meant to be channeling about that and putting it on the membership, because it's like I really want to dive deep into the insights that I got. And I don't know, I don't feel guided to do it here. So I knew that, I've said that before, that time was going to come. And it's definitely, I'm definitely planning on doing that from April. But April is already it's only a month away. So, I mean, sorry, I keep saying April. I mean Aries season, which is mid-March. So it's like they're already getting me started on all of that. But I will touch on things here and there. Like I will channel about films, but it's just because for how deep I want to go into things. Some of these videos are going to be like 2 hours, because you've seen when I do that on here anyway. But it's just that takes a lot of energy, and it's a lot of time, energy, effort. It's, unique to the way that they get me to channel messages. But I don't know, it's hard for me to explain. I just know that I'm like, right, that is something that is like, if you like that stuff and it floats your boat, you want to go get a message, you can find over there, or you can just see what flows through on here. But it'll really just be like a deeper message. And what was I going to say? But also, I feel it's because of what I've said before. It's just because, like, that in public, everybody's got access to this stuff. Whereas when it's on the membership, it's only people that are serious about getting the support, and getting the more secret messages, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? Things that aren't for everyone's prying eyes. Interesting. So like I say, I don't exactly fully knows what that means either, but and look at that, they just pulled me down to the 6 of Swords. I know that peaceful times will come, yeah, but that's about moving on as well, remember. Sudulite might be a crystal someone needs, but it's about moving on. And look, that I'm talking about moving it to the other platform. So, but like I said, it's a huge part of my gift, so I'll still talk about films, channel about films, but it's just, what some of the ones I get guided to do on the platform will be on the platform. So anyway, I probably will still talk about some of the films, but like I said, I've watched that many over the weekend. But like I said, yeah, obviously one of them was Meet Joe Black, so there's a big theme of death and loss and rebirth and shadow work. There was just loads, yeah. And I can't remember the other one right now. And so, but that's important to know. There's basically it's like all the films I've been getting to watch are about shadow integration and the death of the ego, and it's all about how the masculine is battling their own shadow, like battling their own ego to become who they were destined to be. that sounds so like, are we still in the Leo moon? We're not, by the way, because we're actually in Libra moon now. We've come out of the Virgo full moon and we're in the Libra moon, but it's like, but actually, yeah, I've just realised as well, Libra moon is very much about duality, balancing the light and the dark. Because it's the Libra and the Aries opposites. It's like Aries is war, Libra is peace, but you've got to meet somewhere in the middle, because it's like, it's like, when people don't really know astrology, you'll hear people make remarks like this all the time, like Aries are like aggressive and it's about war and, all this kind of stuff, and Libra's peace and harmony, and it's kind of like, that is just one aspect of it, because you could also see it as that Aries is assertive and courageous and brave, and Libra is people pleasing and sit on the fence. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I could, but it's equally the two things that I said at the start, the same too. Yeah, if you choose to go to the shadow side, the dark side, Aries, it is anger, it is war, it is, the not so desirable qualities, but also there is a need for sacred rage, is a popular term that seems to get used these days, and any of these other things that resonate with you. But yeah, feeling your anger is important. It can drive you to make the changes you need to change, and actually that ties me into the cards that I pulled for today, where when you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. Again, knowing your own mind, your own soul, your own heart, and not following the status quo or what everyone else wants you to do. And that's important, being a twin flame, divine feminine or divine masculine, because remember, divine masculine follows what the divine feminine does. You'll be able to listen and to appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. But you've got to take the first step. So there's something, and remember, on the shorts, if you haven't seen the shorts, the 3 shorts that I've done for today, I'll pin them below. If I remember when I watch this back, that'll remind me to, I'll pin them below, but they were all powerful. I didn't bother bringing the tarot cards through because it said what it needed to say in the shorts, but they were all very powerful. It was all clearly about powerful unions coming in. All unions are powerful, but the cards were powerful. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them said dimensional shifts in the crystalline. So it's just, there's big, huge dimensional shifts going on in the crystalline grid. It's being felt, I really do feel this is why many of us are not being able to get to sleep at night. That happens at a full moon anyway, remember? And it was a full moon, still a full moon yesterday. Could even really be considered still the last of the full moon energy now, but it's big, you know what I mean? And always the shift of the when the moon goes into Libra, Libra goes into Scorpio, that is notorious for being an exhausting time as well. I mean, it definitely is for me, but really for everyone. So because Scorpio is, again, Scorpio energy is about being the alchemist, it's about turning your pain into power. And again, that's what this whole channel is about, me helping you turn your pain into power. But you've got to be brave enough to face it. So see how that fits with the whole, that's what I feel a lot of people are facing right now. Libra moon is, you can be the peacemaker, but at what cost? Like, you know, are you going to stay quiet because it doesn't rock the boat, or are you going to speak up? So I do feel that's coming up for a lot of people. Open your arms to receiving. You've prayed for help, now be open to accepting it. So, you know, just whatever this all means to people. And then that card drew my attention, storm, every hurricane comes to an end. So I do feel if you've been going through a difficult time, it is coming to an end. But I do feel there is this feeling of it being assertive, because the North Node is in Aries, the opposite of where the South Node is. And like I said in one of the shorts, the South Node will align with the moon in Libra. Don't quote me on this, but I think it must be at some point Wednesday. It might even be like the early hours for the UK, but it's at some point. It might even be like late Tuesday, but I think it must be Wednesday. But whenever it is, I think it is Wednesday, to be honest. It's no Tuesday. But whenever it is, it's like, you know, that's when it would be considered conjunct. But that is about, I feel you're going to be faced with decisions, 1144, to do you put others before yourself, or are you going to choose yourself? And like I do feel for a lot of people, it's like you more need to be doing the latter. You need to be putting yourself first rather than putting everybody else's needs before your own. So like I said, it really just depends. If you can honestly like take inventory of your life and you feel like you've been quite selfish and you need to consider others more, well, lean more to the Libra. But if you've been kind of very people pleasing, keeping your mouth shut to not rock the boat, and, you know, feeling like you need to be overly kind of seeing to everyone else's needs, then you probably need to step more into your Aries, you know what I mean? And you found the right place. But like I said, the reason why I'm good at doing that is because I was the first one. Like that's why, again, if some of you haven't heard me say this before, I only truly felt like an Aries sun sign, I would say some point after turning 30. And then it just, you know, and I grew into each year stronger and stronger and stronger. And now I absolutely own the fact that I'm an Aries. But I wasn't always like that. I was very much more like I would say like the victim mode side of a Pisces. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like I was always the lovely bits of Pisces, like mystical, magical, very psychic, you know, quiet too, because silence is Pisces energy. But I was it was very much in my own wee world, and just people pleasing, just being kind and being unconditionally loving and kind to everyone all the time, forgiving people for things left, right, and centre. When a lot of the time people did not deserve it, you know, that from whether that be from a little kid to an older adult. And like I said, you can see how what I've described is, if you know me, which again, you don't really know me fully. I have to just point that out. We are on YouTube and I'm a high priestess. You get to know what I want you to know. But again, as people go on YouTube, people will feel like they know me quite well, because I do share a lot of myself, because I'm here to teach people vulnerability. And the only way I can truly do that is by me being vulnerable myself too. But but I have to stress that is because I've had a lot of healing in that area. I've had a 7 years worth of my own counsellor as well as being a counsellor. I've integrated my shadow, which never stops. You know, you've got to keep looking at parts of yourself and accepting it and integrating it. But like I said, this work is never ending. But I love all of that stuff, and that's how I can help you do it. And like I said, this is really coming back to the theme of like, how much have people went into their shadow? How much have they deeply integrated it? Because it's very much like when I done that weekly reading the other day, and like they guided me to look at the camera and say, like, only you know if you're the kind of person that sits behind a screen seething with jealousy or anger at someone that's doing their thing, and like, you know, for whatever reason, because that can be people that don't even know you are doing that, and it's because they're being triggered by the fact that they're not following their dreams, you know what I mean? And that's why I said it's a very, shadow work's actually a very, very private process. It can be quite a trendy modern thing to talk about, but it's like, it really just comes down to, you know, keeping it real here. Like, you know, are you facing those parts of yourself? Because when feelings like that come up, it's like it's a call to really look at all of that. So strong message. And like I said, it's not like I'm talking about things I haven't went through. When I've went through these feelings and parts like that in my life, that's when I had to really take a step back and go inwards to be like, why am I feeling like that? And I've done the work around it. So if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, love it. And again, I know that it's like, that's scary, and you've got, you know, because it's like even going to a counsellor or a healer and being like, oh, this person's really fucking me off, or this is angering me, or it's bringing up all these feelings. You feel like, oh no, I don't want to do that because I'm going to feel like a bad person talking about X, Y, and Z. But that's the point. If you're going to the right person, somebody that has done that work and still doing that work, it's no big fucking deal. Like, that's why I say it's like, look, anything that I'm helping people with, I've went through myself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be guided to me. And they're getting me to say that as well. It's not that like every single thing that I help somebody with, I have personally went through it myself, but I'll have went through my own kind of personal hell that will near enough match it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it is reminding me of, I mean, this has been said by quite a few people. Actually, it's reminded, actually, now they're flooding loads of people back to me, but it's, yeah, like it reminds me of when I've had people say over the years, like basically, I don't know if there's anybody else that could have handled how dark this situation is. You know what I mean? Like, that is, I get that quite a lot. Like, I had it more recently too, but I get it quite a lot. And people are not wrong. Again, like I would say, that Pluto and Scorpio at the 0 degrees, it's potent. Pluto in any degree of Scorpio is difficult, and you don't need me to tell you that if you've got that out there, my Pluto and Scorpio brothers and sisters. But it's, I've taken it on at the 0 point, you know, to be able to transmute it. I've went through that stuff for myself to be able to really hold space for other people. Oh God, like I'm saying, you'd think it was Scorpio moon already. Oh, there we go though. This often happens, you see. With the nature of me being away shore, this does already feel very Scorpio. This feels like I'm channeling this in a Scorpio moon. And we're in the Libra moon. But that's quite interesting. I know why they're saying that to me. I was actually going to film videos for the Scorpio moon so that I can rest and not do videos. So anyway, so this is what I mean by a channel energy. I've showed you the cards I pulled earlier, but I haven't even, right, let's pull these. So what have we got for mediumship Monday that I'm doing later? Soon, if I talk for ages. Self-love and affirmations. Well, you see, maybe that wouldn't, I don't know if that's ever come up. It's probably come up once, but like I said, I'm not kidding. Usually we always pull twin flame messages, which this is what the whole channel's about all the time anyway. That's why I laugh. But it's like, I feel this is a sign of a new beginning, because that one's either never come out, or I can't remember it ever coming out. But that feels like it's to transmute all this shadow work. That it's like, look, what do you do when you're noticing the parts of you that you don't like as much as other parts? You hide it. People hide it. They're like, oh, I can't tell people I'm jealous. Oh, I can't let people know I'm angry. Or, oh, I can't, you know, I'm triggered. Show love to those parts. It's actually, because that's what I will say, the film I just watched there, again, it's one of these things where I've been guided to something that's like, this would never normally be my cup of tea, but I did like it. It's called Knights of the Zodiac. So it was just basically, it was totally fascinating, because it was all about the goddess of war, actually. There you go. Athena, who I actually do feel, if you are an Aries, which, think about how just much I've spoke about Aries, I feel you, oh, absolutely. They've just guided me to the Wonder Woman, my Wonder Woman totem up there. And then isn't it funny that the Wonder Woman mug is in the... I mean, like I said, Wonder Woman mug is always in the shot, because it's a tiny mug, guys, because this is a huge archetype for me. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that. Like, when I done a lot of my shamanic work, like, that always came to me. And people around me laughed, because they're like, yeah, that totally makes sense, you know. Like, if you know me well, you could see why Wonder Woman is an energy, you know, that I carry. Along with Joan of Arc, it's really quite a similar energy. But alongside, like, my very gentle old lady healer guides, and I could go on and on and on. Like, you know, I've got beautiful, gentle, unconditional, loving dog energy at my heart, and wolf, and blah blah blah. So if you're interested in the bits and bobs I'm bringing through here, these are things that I can help you explore in a session. Like, you know, and that's what I mean about with shamanic stuff, with shamanic healing and shamanic soul retrieval. When you're going through that, when you're allowing the space to be held by another shaman, it never ends. You know, you journey to different directions, you meet different power animals, you meet the members of your council, different guides that work with you. It's, you know, it's an ongoing process, which is really enjoyable, you know, and you take it, you integrate the energy, you take it step by step, which is why I'm saying it's a lifelong process. So there's no rush to like jam pack this all in. You know, it's not like you go to a shaman one week and then you're going again a few days later to meet another power animal. Like, you know, that's no. Like, you know, it took me years to integrate some medicine, which was quite funny because I was just reminding myself after watching that film, Goddess Athena is the, you know, she's known as the god of war, the goddess of war, but it's also the owl that she works with. And so you'll hear me say that now and again when it comes up, but owl medicine is, you know, an animal that I integrated years ago, but it did work with me for years. 21, 21 minutes, 21 is the world card coming full circle. So, you know, completion, yeah, it worked with me for years. And then I didn't need to work with it as much because I'd integrated the energy, meaning that it's always within me. But then I start, you know, working with other different animals, because it means that when people come to me, if it's not very often that somebody's power animal, their main power animal, isn't one of the ones that is my power animal or an energy that I've integrated at some point. And that makes sense to me because I've worked closely with that power animal. Do you know what I'm saying? So with me saying that, there must be something about the owl that's going to be significant. But the owl is about being able to discern and see in the dark. The full moon in Virgo, like I said, that we're still pretty much in the energy of, is about that. It's about being able to discern what's true and what's not. You know, who can you trust, who can you not trust? Can you see the things that other people can't see? It's like what I've said before about snake medicine that I've integrated as well. That's very Scorpio. It's and that's when I've spoke about the King Arthur film. It's not actually, it's called King Arthur and something, I can't remember, but it's the one with the I can't remember, but it's easy enough to find. It's like, I mean, it's like but the more modern one, guy with blonde hair, good looking. Don't usually like guys with blonde hair, but he's pretty hot. So what else have we got here? Oh, children's healing. Oh, yeah, that's why they were getting me in dream exploration. Well, I'm on that because that's the thing that people voted for the most. Don't usually pull free, but they all came out. Oh, look, mediumship. Well, that's what I meant to do on a Monday. Children's healing. That's why I was mentioning that film, because there was a really powerful bit where involved, like, basically, like, the guy's been assigned. This is right. So it is very, actually, I probably am just going to talk a lot about this film on this one. They're guiding me to, the guy's been guided to protect, like, he's assigned to protect Athena. And she's not Athena yet. She's called Sienna, and she's going to grow into embody the goddess of war. And everyone's afraid of it, like, oh, is all this terrible stuff going to happen? But that's the whole point. It felt like a metaphor for divine masculine being assigned to protect their divine feminine. And really, as the film evolves, it's like he thinks he's trying to save his sister is a huge part of the film, and then he's trying to save, you know, and protect the girl that's grown into the goddess. But actually, it was about healing his own and saving his own inner child. So you see how that is, like, you know, it's absolutely, I'll dive deeper into that again another time on the on the Ko-fi platform. But I'm just saying the gist of what I got from it today as well, because it's important that everybody, you know, gets that message, that it's that is really what all the work I do with people comes down to. Like, even when it's like you recognise, right, I need to integrate part of my shadow, it always comes down to being a part of your wounded inner child, which is why it doesn't really matter how dark you've went in your life, or how dark your twin flames went, or even how dark the karmic energies around you have went. I can always get down to what the root of the pain is and the issue. And that's why I always hold space for miracles to unfold, where, if it's appropriate, that karmic energies can see the error of their ways and start to do better and be worthy of being around you after treating you not so right. Then, you know, these miracles unfold. for a lot of people, it's not really the, you know, for a lot of people, it does kind of go the way that it's like, you know, you've spent the time that you're meant to spend with these people, especially if it's like friends or lovers. Maybe with family, that's a bit different. And that's where I always hold more space for the miracles, because I know that that can usually be quite a difficult thing for people. But like I've said before, you've got to keep it real too. I've worked with a lot of people where their family are like hidden enemies. Like they really, you know, want them to fail and not do well. And so, you know, you've got to make your own personal call on that one. But I've also worked with people where it seemed like somebody had it in for you, and then when you keep holding space, praying, doing the miracles, clearing your energy, you know, there you know, changes can happen in the people around you. Like when I will say that about when actual physical unions take place, that can cause a ripple effect around everyone around you, and they can start to change their views on what they might have said before. And you know, so you know, be open for that, but always be discerning. But yeah, there's a bit in that film where it's like, you know, he discovers, all right, like he's saving his own inner child, and and that's what I loved about it, because I was like, oh, this is really deep. He was like, you know, it's okay, it's not your fault. And that's all you really ever need to say to your inner child, you know what I mean? Like I said, you can do that yourself in master shamanic journeys or other people's meditations, but there's nothing quite like it when you do that in a, you know, one-to-one with somebody you trust. And that's what, like I said, I'm honoured to do these types of soul retrievals with people. So yeah, maybe that's why these bits of paper came out, but I'll explore that later with what all that's. I really always feel that's for me to get the different decks of cards that I'm going to use, but it's just, yeah. Anyway, so, and dream exploration is something I'm on anyway. That is what I'm going to be focusing on, because I don't know what's going to come out on this one. I'm just going to go with the flow. So I might use some of these more romantic cards that I've been using of late, or I might just go in a totally different direction. But really, from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to be focused on past life stuff and weaving my dream type cards into it. And so we might need to delay me doing a live stream where we talk about, where I get people to share their dreams and stuff, until I've got more energy in a few weeks. But you never know, like I said, like sometimes I can have a bit more energy than expected, and I'll spontaneously pop up. And if somebody's had a dream, great. I always just trust, you know what I mean? Because I do love helping people with that. I do that in personal sessions all the time, but it'd be fun to do it in public. Right, anyway, so let's just, like I said, I'm just leaving this open. So, no doubt of me going into a bit more detail of the film. I mean, again, I literally just watched that film, so let's just see what comes up. I'm willing to release the need to be unworthy. I'm now becoming all that I'm destined to be. That's why I was laughing at the affirmation, because that film is literally about, that's what the whole film's about. The guy's like, needed to accept that he's been assigned to protect this goddess to be. And that's a big part of it as well, is that the goddess herself is afraid that she's going to become the goddess of war and like create this destruction. But actually it's this is where it gets a bit complicated. What I saw, it was a metaphor for your shadow, integrating your shadow, because it's like he is the only one that can say to her. So it's really, it doesn't matter about gender here, but I saw it as, when he says this to her, it's like divine feminine saying to divine masculine, you get to choose. So it's like, at one point he says, you can either choose to be a perpetuant jerk, or you can choose to be a force for good. That's not exactly what he says, by the way, but it's that just, but it's this again. That's why one of my favourite sayings is, be careful what wolf you feed. Not a coincidence. One of my mating animals is a wolf. Look at my throat chakra, went shaky there too. It's like, you can always choose again. Oh shit, and that's the cards as well, you know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. This is why it keeps coming up. That's why I liked what yesterday said as well about intention. Like, that's why it's good in Pisces to slow down, to discern what's my intention behind what I'm saying, what's my intention behind what I'm doing. It's like that saying's coming to mind as well. Like, sometimes it's better to be kind than right. I face that all the time, daily, with people. Do I say this? Do I not? A lot of the time it's not saying something because I know that I can handle it more than other people. And other times they guide me and they're like, no, you have to say this. This is for you. This is for the other person. And it's very interesting. But again, I just see it's all training ground for that, being a twin flame with your twin flame. Because like I've said before, whether me and mine are allowed to get past the forces that keep us apart, we're very different. Our divine feminine, divine masculine energies may even be in opposite signs. That's quite funny. But that's very yin-yang. So anyway, come away from my stuff. But again, see, that's what's an indication that I'm already channeling Scorpio energy, because whenever it's Scorpio energy, I always touch on how me and him are, because that's strong energies within me and him. Look what just leapt out when I said that. That's my divine masculine card. Healer of the ages, Jesus. That's divine masculine, choosing the light side. Victory. Yeah, look, grounding it in the physical, not feeling so victorious, but choosing the light side. Putting options behind them, whatever that means to you. It might, by the way, look, it might even, oh God, what's this? What are they trying to tell me here? It might even be like taking a hit to their finances. But again, like leaving behind some kind of community that isn't supporting them because we've got broken hearts, left them in grief. Women holding a coin. This could even be about masculines that have been caught up with women like that. See what I mean about it? It's the same energy. Look, but this is when look, the magician in the mirror, that's a twin flame card. Again, he's holding two different energies here. He's holding, like, looks like fire and water. He's got the infinity symbol above his head. Storm warning. There's a storm. Oh my God, storm. I knew that, look, storm. This feels like the energies, like the galactic changes are going on. Storm warning, and every hurricane comes to an end. So that'll make sense to someone. Right, anyway, we need free, well maybe it is free. We need starting cards. Maybe I will just do 3. I don't need to do 4. Because that's what fits. What do we need? What's that all going to mean to someone? Give us one card to work from. Oh, we'll take it up, right. Of course it's Jesus again. Right. See how this fits for the shorts? I'm just going to go with the flow with this, right? I'm going to use some cool past life spreads that I found last night. I'll just need to decide what one. I can never decide what one. But today I'm just going to do the thing where I build up on want the wee rainbow in the shot too. Yeah, this is a divine masculine's choosing the light side over the dark side. This divine masculine saw through the community around them that can't be trusted. Now, I have to stress, that doesn't mean everyone in their community, right? What it means is there must be at least a group or more than one person around them that they're seeing through that they can't trust, that's not got a good influence on them. They've saw through the programming. Yeah, look, they've saw that it's disempowering them, that they've been getting disempowered. It's very much most likely, because this is like not the last one ever, but it's the last one maybe for a week or so that I'm going to do that's to do with like lovey-dovey things. I do feel that it's a divine masculine could see where their power was being taken away in regards to a twin flame connection. Like, it's like I'm getting that feeling of people, I'm going to have to use the romantic cards. It's like the people around a friendship group. Look, it's at 33 minutes too, divine masculine forgiveness. It's like people in a friendship group of either the same sex of the masculine, whatever sex they are, or the opposite sex, that are like, that's not for you, or, you know, stay single, mate, it'll be more fun, or you're too different, oh, you know what I mean, whatever. And this person's like, yeah, you're right. It reminds me of that film I channeled about sometime last year. It's really old. It's another all right one. Matthew McConaughey, what's it called? It's got Jennifer Lopez. The Wedding Planner, that's what it is, because she's in a few films about weddings. So it's that is a very good, if you've never seen that one, watch it and you'll get what I mean. The whole point in that film is he's engaged to somebody else, but he's bored in the relationship, and then he meets her. And what I said is that's like an example of twin flames, although that's say meeting for the first time. So that won't be like a lot of people's actual twin flame situations. So bear with me on this. But you see, maybe I'm picking up on someone today where you haven't known your twin flame for very long in this lifetime, but you feel like you've known them before. Or this could just be describing the moment when you met them years ago, it felt like you'd known them before. Because that is what it feels. You just feel instantly comfortable with them. At first, that's the bubble face, and then it all goes to shit. I'm describing it like that today. But again, look at that, that's not, everything I say is part of channeling. A lot of the time it's because of people that meddle. As well as your own self-sabotaging tendencies, both people. Sometimes I hear the most funniest clairaudient things. It was like I just heard being repeated in my head a conversation that I had with mine when we were younger once, and we were talking in the morning, and it was like, oh, I can't even remember what he said, you know. He said something really nice to me, right? And I said back to him, well, you know, I'm a nice kind of guy. And, you know, it was just, I did say guy. Like, you know what I mean? And he was like, what? And I was like, you know what, it was like one of the moments where you're like, I don't know, I was just feeling awkward and I just said anything. Like I was being funny, but it was obviously trying to distract away from like a moment, which we weren't used to, because we would always just, it was just either intense, passionate Romeo and Juliet, one night only kind of energy, or saving face, keeping it cool, or being funny with each other. You know what I mean? That's really just, that nails it. That absolutely nails me and him. And it's just, yeah, when people grow up, you need to find all the other parts that make relating to people, you know, and not even in a grown-up relationship, romantic relationship, just being friends, balancing all the other parts. Anyway, moving away. So, see it in reverse. You know what this is building a picture of. But anyway, the point of me saying that was A, it makes people laugh, and B, that's a good example of he was having rare moments of saying something nice to me like that, and I wasn't knowing how to receive it, so I made some kind of awkward joke. But I've got way more examples where he's done that with me, but we'll no throw shade on the twin, we don't do that. It's like the thinking man. This is always my card for, oh shit, you know what I'm going to say now. People that are around all the time are like, I know what she's going to say. Oh shit, I lost my diamond, and this looks like a pretty big, massive, big fuck off crystal diamond when I was picking up stones. Holy fuck, what have I done? You know I'm going to be clipping this one to guide the soul family to the channel. That was funny. Anyway, yeah, seriously, someone's like, oh, what have I done? And that could be the energy of the full moon that we're still in, the overthinking Virgo full moon, because I've said all the lovely things about it, but that could be one of the not so lovely things. Oh shit, yeah, look, that's why I told you that story too. I am willing to release the need to be unworthy. I'm now becoming all that I'm destined to be. Like in that moment, like I couldn't even receive a simple compliment, because like I said, it wasn't something really huge. I can't remember what. Maybe it was that he said something about you're really funny, or nah, it must have been something along those lines for me to. I just always remember what I said. But I've got another example. I've given this example before, but I've got another example where we were kissing in a taxi heading home, and he just said, he like, when we came up for air, he was like, I've really missed you. And I was like, why are you telling me that? I'm already going home with you. Like, that is literally what I said. Like, and that's actually really fucked up, isn't it? Like, so, just, yeah, I was young, it was a while ago. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like, but again, it's obviously to do with that. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm not used to a guy speaking to me, you know, saying something like, you don't need to be saying that. Like, that's basically what I was saying to him. Why are you saying that? You don't need to. Like, I'm already going home with you. And then even he in that moment was like, that's not why I'm saying it. Like, it is because I missed it. You know what I mean? And it's, yeah. I'll be giving them for a reason, those examples. Right, so, tell us about the Jesus card. Why is that? But I really do feel that this is about the deceit around someone. That could even be someone lying to themselves, but I do feel it's been uncovered. We'll see when we get to it. What have we got for the Jesus card? Oh God, strong emotion. Disgusted, revolted, nauseated, and repelled, but it was in reverse. There's something happening in my throat chakra today too. This is why I'm saying, like, I'm planning on filming Wednesday, Thursday, today, if I've got the energy, but it kind of looks like I might not, or Tuesday, so that I don't need to film Wednesday, Thursday. That's what I'm being guided to do. So, like, I'm just sharing that with you because some of you might be guided to really take a break in that too. Because, like I said, although when I'm guided to rest more, I don't count this because it's like it doesn't take a lot to do this and then just go and rest again. But I know when they're like, no, they want you completely go into stillness. So someone's putting that feeling behind them of feeling disgusted about something. And I feel you think about it, like, you know, on top of the Jesus card, that is like somebody waking up from the behaviours that they've had in the past that they can't relate to now because they've went through that rebirth. Ooh, right, so what have we got for the solar plexus in reverse? So that's that upright, that would be empowered, strong, confident, abundant, good finances. In reverse, that is somebody that's disempowered, not happy, possibly even depressed, loss of power. This guy or this woman needs a soul retrieval. Send them to the channel at once. Get the book a session. Or it could be a woman, whatever. But this feels like it's for a divine masculine. What have we got? Finances wouldn't be good too. Yeah, so that fits. Afraid, fearful, scared, and terrified. Oh, so wait a minute, right? So when I'm saying this, like, if you've not seen me do this before, this does feel like two different energies because that, or it's like the past self of the same masculine. So whatever fits when you're watching it. Because this one's went for rebirth and they're putting the feelings of unworthiness, shame, guilt, being disgusted with themselves behind them. Because blame and shame gets us nowhere. Taking responsibility for not doing right by people when you wake up and you realise that wasn't fair and saying sorry, that takes the bigger person, a good person, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that's funny. A Good Person is the name of that film where the girl's coming off of being addicted to painkillers. That might be relevant. Someone might need to watch it if any of that. Although it's about a lot more than that. It's got a lot to do with God and forgiveness and twin flames and beautiful stuff in it. But seriously, if there's something about addictions, that might be just because it was weird the way I said that. A good person. Yeah, this person's coming out on the other side, forgiving themselves, seeing what it's all about. This divine masculine's in need of a soul retrieval. Oh, this is where my cards would come in handy, but like I said, they're buried somewhere. In need of a soul retrieval, fearful, scared, and terrified. And this masculine, this is either about someone's putting the line to themselves, the denial behind them, or they've discovered who the people that are lying to them are around them. Let's just see what comes out. Peaceful, calm, serene, and centered. Yeah, I feel, I'm just going to read that. That's interesting how it's coming through. I'm going to say it both. Like, this person's feeling more at peace because they've stopped lying to themselves, in a nutshell. But also, the deceit around them is coming out and they feel more at peace. It's like they've went through the storm of it and now they feel more at peace. Yeah, look, they've oh my God, I've never seen that one before. The word jealous keeps, have you noticed that? I keep being drawn to songs that are either called jealous or something about jealous. And it's come up in the last reading, maybe even the last two. But this person's rumbled who the jealous, envious people were around them. And in this case, right, I feel whoever that is, that's symbolic of a karmic friend, family member, someone around, a divine feminine, a divine masculine, in this case a divine masculine who didn't want this to come together. They didn't want that to come together. This is all about something that stopped a union coming together. Hasn't stopped it completely, It's just telling a story. Yeah, look, this person kept this masculine in a feeling of low confidence and self-esteem, like feeling unworthy of getting that. That's pretty horrible, and that just all rolled off the tongue, so that's definitely going to speak to whoever it's meant to. So, if this masculine could say something consciously, I mean, this might be literally what they're about to say. So we're not interested in the higher self, right? I don't see any fucking point in asking that question. Sorry, that's where I'm at. Like, that's why I say all the time. It's like, if you've already sort of been on the journey a long time, it's like you're just more interested in being at peace with how things are and letting go. But it's letting go and keeping your heart open for when your person wants to talk, if they decide they want to talk. So we want to know where this person's at consciously. I don't know how to handle my emotions right now. So this divine masculines went through a rebirth. Or like I said, this could still be future energies, or they're yet to go through this, where they will put the feelings of being disgusted behind themselves. I mean, it's such a strong word, but such a strong word. It'll mean something. Such a strong word, but yeah, they're going to put the feelings of feeling ashamed and unworthy behind them. And they're going to be in this sort of state of, well, it feels like, do you know what it actually feels like? It feels like the full moon, or any time it's a full moon, because remember, it happens once a month. Almost like destabilizing someone. So it's like all the emotions that someone's pushed down. I say this all the time, but this is what I'm getting. Someone's emotions coming up to the surface. But it's all part of this person's, it feels like what came out in the shorts. Like I said, clearing the shadow, and then before the minute was up, I changed, I said integrating the shadow. It's like, because the shadow isn't a bad thing. It's that you've got to show more love to those parts of you, because it's a wounded part of you. So even what I said there about the whoever it is, I've just put away, but the person that's envious, like that doesn't need to be what I said. This could be I could be saying this. It could be speaking to people in a different way, like. But it's like, that could be you. Like, there could be some people watching this. I mean, because there could be some people's karmic energies watching me. Or it could be that you're a twin flame and you feel like this. Or it could be your past, your present, whatever. But it's like, whoever that person is, jealous, suspicious, and possessive, it's like all they need to do is show more love to the part of them that is feeling that way. And like, I mean, why are you so jealous of it? Whoever this is. So, like, why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like you can't have that? Deep stuff. Right, so what have we got for this one then? The masculine that feels disempowered and afraid, fearful, scared and terrified. Oh God. What one is it? I know that we have a soul connection. So maybe this masculine's like, oh fuck. Like, oh my God, and look at the next one. Not only do we have a soul connection, you tame my demons, but I feel like I want to put this here. That's also a James Arthur song. I can't remember what one, but it's one of the ones I've shared the lyrics to before, like screenshotted the thing. Oh, I can kind of hear it in my head. Maybe it'll come back to me. I think he kind of says that line in quite a few, but anyway, it's whatever. But it's, yeah, look, it's like, so again, this might make sense. That's, this might be the same energy, but feeling disempowered, loss of confidence, might be getting a hit to the finances, feeling afraid, but knowing that you have a soul connection, knowing that you're twin flames. This actually feels like a masculine that's been humbled. And like I say all the time, money is often taken away. If this divine masculine energy, male or female, was all about material stuff, if they need to wake up to the twin flame connection and the people around them that are lying and being deceitful, keeping them in this energy, then that's what God will do. You know what I mean? But then you'll be hit with even more abundance when you're following your path. Your energy is intoxicating and it's pulling me in. And I want to hold you. I could hold you in my arms. I could hold you forever. Ray LaMontagne. That's a song that I like. Desire. I'll shuffle them though. So we did end up going to these cards, but I did say I'm going to start focusing on a different sort of theme from Tuesday. So what else have we got about this then? The Jesus card, the person that's putting the feelings, and my throat keeps cracking like that. Again, it doesn't make a lot of sense because other than doing the videos, I've not been doing a whole lot of talking. So this is definitely, again, it doesn't even make sense. I'm channeling the energy of somebody that's struggling with their emotions, struggling how to put them into words. This person's going through a rebirth where they will put in difficult emotions behind them, forgiving themselves, doing a lot of inner child healing from what I said about the bit in that film we're being guided to, and struggling with the emotions that are coming up. Risk taking. It was kind of in reverse though. I think they're leaving it a bit open that it's like this person could go from being scared to talk to doing it. Taking a leap of faith, trusting the divine, intuitive against all odds, taking action, courage, going for it. That almost feels like what I was saying on the shorts about the moon in Libra conjunct the South Node, the past. It's like someone's going to decide to leave the past behind them and take a leap towards their destiny. Oh, and it's even quite funny how the wee man's jumping to this pile. Like, but you don't really want to jump to that pile, wee man. Jump to this, wee man. That's hilarious. Jump to that pile. I'm just laughing because that's like a very Scottish thing to say. You're right, wee man. You're right, big man. Not that I say that to people, by the way, but it did just remind me, like, it did just remind me. He is a wee man, though. This could be a wee woman that's a divine masculine, too. It's like, yeah, I'm jumping over to peaceful times where the divine feminine tames my demons. Right. What have we got for the disempowered, afraid masculine that knows your twin flames? Oh, Christ. Narcissist, but it's in reversed. Self-absorbed, ego, selfish, entitled, vain, unrealistic expectations, doesn't care about your feelings, but it's in reverse. Now, this was the pile where I was saying somebody's had a hit to their finances, but they've awakened to a twin flame connection. So like I said, that's quite harsh to use the word narcissist, but I do feel it's kind of getting at that someone was very in their ego, didn't care about, or made it seem like they didn't care about the divine feminine because of the people that they were around. And I feel, again, it's because this person was surrounded by narcissists. I'm going to use another deck to... But I do feel, they are saying to me, I do feel this person acted very like they were too good for the divine feminine. But again, like I said, in these connections, it's usually just to hide that they don't feel that way at all. But you've got, if you're the divine feminine, protect your own energy because you don't deserve to be treated like that. But like I said, it's usually because this person's been treated like that themselves. Deceit. Like I said, if this wasn't twin flames and this was love, because you know what, I'm not even funny, but I think they might get me to do that. Because I'm all about healing people's love lives and self-love, I might actually be guided to just have a whole separate channel, if it comes down to it, where I'm helping people with their love lives that aren't into it, because I would be saying different stuff. Like, but one step at a time, guys. So I just felt it was important to say that, you know what I mean? It's not like it's because it comes down to this card again. It doesn't mean, oh, they're my twin flame, I let them get away with absolutely everything. No, it doesn't mean that. You're not listening, or you haven't been listening to me, or you've just found me. You could love somebody from afar if they're not showing up how you deserve, or they're not showing up how you know that they've got the potential to be. But that takes discipline, because a lot of people want to give in to their desires and sex and lust, and you're like, oh, but you know what I mean? I'll just ignore that they're being a total dick to me. No. You get a couple of get out jail free cards to make a mistake, but if you keep doing that, you're just repeating the same karma lessons. And I'm talking divine feminines. Deceit. Right, this is a person where someone's they're not lying to themselves anymore, or this is where this person's going to reach to. Because I'm just trying to think, could that be the same person? It could be, I suppose, for some people. Someone's going to go through a rebirth, putting the difficult feelings behind them, dealing with emotions, taking a risk, noticing where they feel disempowered, afraid, and recognising the connection. Then they feel more at peace. Yeah, that actually could be the same person that way, but it's different for different people as well. They're not lying to themselves, so they feel more at peace because they recognise that you tame their demons. And I swear to God, that is a James Arthur song. I can hear it, but I just can't place what one it is. It is something like a line like, you tame their demons. And feeling in regret because they're having this awakening. But now they're feeling bad, feeling foolish, wanting to turn back time and wanting to make amends and growth. Because they're in regret because they know that they've betrayed their divine feminine, or you know that you've betrayed your divine feminine for the divine masculines that are watching. And again, remember what I always say, if you're divine masculine, you're like, that's not how it went down with me and my divine feminine. This isn't your reading. So again, like I always have to say that, because with a lot of my personal clients, this isn't their story, to be honest. Some it is, but it's not. It doesn't fit. It wasn't the way it went down. Didn't have this much trauma. So, take it if it's yours. Deception, lies, heartbreak, stabbed in the back, separation, breakup, cheating, third party. So again, it could be for this one as well that, like I said, this person's woke up to who the deceitful people are around them. They're more at peace now because they know who those people are. And they realise that the feminine tames their demons, but they're in regret because I do feel that this person has chose those people, that community, over this person at some point. I mean, this is just the same. It's a very similar energy to what comes out all the time. This is why I'm saying I'm needing a break from all this shit. What is it? Because I'm just trying to think of what was I going to say? It'll come back to me. But there is a definite. It's like there's always a theme, but it's like there's a definite theme of oh, that's it. Yeah, like I mean, again, like I said, I always keep it anonymous. Who I'm talking about? I've just seen several different titles where it is about a masculine realizing that they betrayed their own twin flame, being influenced by the people around them, basically. Like there's just, and I've seen some like titles that would just be quite similar to how I pick it, and some like really like it's just like darker ones. So you got to be careful because some of these things it's like they make it they kind of put across in a way that it's unforgivable, and that's when I think you got to be careful because it's not quite. It's like they get elements of truth and they twist it. So. Anyway, what have we got? Because these are my new favourites, so I'm going to miss using them for a few days, unless, it feels appropriate to use them. Guided steps to great love. Follow the path of ascension. Oh, it's that one again. Maybe I can use it for the thumbnail now, because I didn't get to use it yesterday. So this has came out 2 days in a row. Follow the path. That actually fits with the tarot cards, because all the shorts were about the Three of Wands. It was the Three of Wands and one shorts, and then I pulled the Four of Wands, the union card, which is what this channel's all about. Getting you in a union, inner union, physical union. It's, someone's guided to take the steps to great love. Oh, I love that. So, especially the fact that it's going on that pipe. I'm not going to go through it all again, but that does fit. So, someone's chosen. Oh my God. Wait a minute, guys. That's even funnier that it's the fucking Jesus card. Choosing the path of ascension. That's quite funny. That's making me laugh anyway. Right, so, what have we got for this middle one? Disempowered, afraid, but knows it's a soul connection. Waking up to the less desirable parts of them is the way I'm going to put that, because that is, it's a very strong word that you gotta be careful how you use it. But this can also just be being surrounded by actual real narcissists. Oh yeah, look. Oh my god, yeah. That's why they came out when I said that. This is a narcissist around someone. Material attachment, too much focus on visible trappings. So if that's like a divine masculine with a distorted feminine, whatever genders, like they've kept them in this place of lack, because the solar plexus in reverse would be somebody that's being robbed of their energy, their finances, in fear. But this is like a divine masculine that's in fear, trapped in a connection with someone else, but knowing they have a twin flame connection with someone else, but they're stuck with a narcissist. That's very clear. That's very clear. But you are worthy. If that's you, you're worthy of this. Your worth doesn't depend on the other person. And if you're hanging around someone like that, no wonder the quote for today is about feeling unworthy. And maybe that's the type of people that this masculine chose, and that's how they betrayed a feminine. And now that's why they're in regret. Oh yeah, that fits now. Isn't that beautiful though, that the affirmation is that, and you are worthy? That's really lovely. It was a lesson. That, if that's you, because that will be a lot of people, that person that didn't treat you right was a karmic lesson. And I'm saying that as well, like, look, let's face it, when someone's with someone like that, they've, like attracts like, if you've sometimes it can be like a narcissist empath dynamic, right? But it's a lot of the time it's like, if you've attracted someone like that into your life, it's because you weren't being true to yourself. Yeah, it really just depends, because I can think, that's why I don't like the law of attraction. A lot of the time when I've helped somebody that is end up getting in a serious relationship, or relationship, a marriage with a narcissist, it's actually because they've been manipulated somewhere in their past by other lovers or in their childhood or something like that. And so they don't feel worthy enough of anything better, so they attract people that are going to treat them like crap. And that's why I always say about stress and counselling. So like I said, it's like, with that many people going on about magical healing and all that, like, hello, that's what I do. So it's not like I'm not saying that doesn't work. It does. Praying works. I heal people with my frequency because I've worked that hard on my own energy. I can just heal people with not really even needing to do much now. But it's like, but I've always had that kind of healing energy around me. But like, I kept working on myself. I didn't get lazy. I don't like the word lazy, but that is what they say. I didn't get lazy about it. I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly being an alchemist. Constantly transmuting the energy that I need to for myself and for others. Being the hermit on the hill. Basically, yeah, sorry, that's why I was saying, that's why I always stress about needing therapy, needing counselling. Because shamans work very beautifully alongside other types of healing. It just so happens that I am these other types of healing in one person. So when people resonate with me, it does just make sense to come and get the therapy with me. If you resonate, because it's more than therapy. It's more than therapy, yeah. It's hypnotherapy, it's healing, it's shamanic healing, it's soul retrieval, it's all rolled into one. But I'm not starting my therapy packages until Aries season, but that's only a few weeks away. So starting back, I might add, because I've been doing that for years. So, but like I said, this is what I'm saying. I do expect to be busy with that, because there's a lot of people that really need to face the deeper shadow work that are avoiding it. Deceit. So remember, this is where someone's not lying to themselves anymore. They're coming in a place of peace. They realise that you tame their demons. The song will come to me by the time I put this out, or at some point. And they're feeling bad, feeling foolish, wanting to turn back time, wanting to make amends and growth. Or rumbling the deceitful people around them. Freedom, healthy space and room to breathe. So this space that this divine masculine has had from their divine feminine, but also from the people around them that are like this. That's why these piles feel like they could connect. Definitely, I mean, all of it could, I think. But that's given this masculine freedom to realise that you bring them peace and you tame their demons. Oh God, that fucking song is like, it's on the tip of my tongue. That's my love. That's like, put it this way, the way I see it with love languages, you've got the top one, right, that comes out. So I know people are like, oh, I've got this, this and this. But I think it's very, with that, the way that I see it is, you've got the top runner and then you've got ones that come after that. And for me, I'm physical touch and then quality time. So it's not that like, oh, I don't appreciate when someone gives me a gift. Like, yeah, I love that shit, right? But it's like, it's not what I'm all about. So this is why I'm like a polar opposite, really, of this one. Like some people like that would be, and it's not like, by the way, if you get gift given as your main one, it doesn't mean that you're like really materialistic or anything. It just means that you love giving gifts to people. It could be that you're doing that too much. I've worked with so many people in divine masculine energy, women mostly, that are that person. That they're just constantly giving people presents all the time. But how often are people giving you back a present? Now, it's not always about that, again, because if it's unconditional love, you don't give to get, right? But it's like, I've also come across people in my life where it's like, you know, they're all about giving presents, and it could be overload, but they didn't appreciate back that my love language is that. So when I didn't have a lot of money to buy physical things to send people back, right? Or sometimes it isn't even appropriate with some people's things, you know, if you think about what I help folk with, narcissists, a lot of, you know, too many people that I've worked with over the years, if people aren't away from people like that, but even when people are, like, my money's not always great, right? And it's kind of like, but my love language is that, quality time, physical touch. Well, when it's on Zoom, I can't physically be with you, give you a cuddle, but I can do that. And a lot of the time over the years, I would do a free session with someone. But I can tell over the years, a lot of people I work with they hadn't done the work around realising that was like a huge gift that I was giving someone. Because my sessions are a lot of money. So for me to actually sit there and do that, for, you know what I mean? But it really matters what people's love languages are. Because when you do the deeper work around that, you're like, oh yeah. So this is how it is a language. We do all speak a different language. Be the witness to each other's lives. So I really do feel there's something around this masculine, realising now how valuable you are to them. They're not lying to themselves. You bring them peace. You tame their demons. You make them feel free. But they don't want healthy space away from you anymore. They're sad. They're missing you. They're in regret. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Really deep. Oh, but and then look at what I just said about gifts. But sometimes when you're not all about the gifts come to you anyway. But it's not a physical gift. It could be like a gifted time or whatever I've just said. A gift from someone special. So I do feel this person that's in regret is going to be going forward to their feminine with some kind of gift. And it could just be the gift of communication to heal the connection. Your romance will transform your life. Wow. And I feel it will transform the lives of people around. And oh my God, what the fuck, by the way? That's so funny, because you know what I'm going to do in another one? I don't know when I'll do it, but I'm going to do the love languages like that and then tell the story from that way. So, token of reciprocity, hold cherished memories. Yeah, there's definitely something to do with a gift coming here. So it might be that the person making it up to you, that's their love language. And like I said, it doesn't mean that if someone's love language is not the same as yours, that they don't appreciate it. Because like I said, I've had friends over the years that their main, in fact, I can think of quite a few, a couple of my friends are like that. Like one of my friends, whenever she comes for tea, she always, like, it's a lot of the time, like she wants to buy the takeaway, and I'll be like, wrestling her to buy it. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's something that she likes doing. So I just always, you know, make sure that I give back. Oh yeah, and then that's actually a really good example, because I give back with that. Quality time or listening, or, you know, it's just that it all balances itself out. But psychic connection, your communication goes beyond your words. Anyway, I feel like that's possibly the message today. So I want to end with these. What else do we need to know? Out of the woods. Oh my God, I've been using that term a lot. Well, God has through me. Yeah, you're out the woods. You've made it through. What newness is emerging? Well, your ascension. Because that's the one that's about ascension in Jesus. Quite simply. And, well, that's when that masculine reaches that bit. The one that's feeling disempowered and afraid, stuck, possibly, well, this will be interesting what comes out, because that person's possibly still stuck in a situation with a narcissist. Or you were in the past. So it really just depends where this person's at. But they know they've got a twin flame connection with someone. Oh, it's that one. They're on the road to somewhere. Let's hope it's nowhere. You're the image maker. What you focus on manifests. What thought pattern do you need to shift? So this person needs to focus on the fact that they don't need to be trapped. Because like I said, it's very clear that's correct. If someone is trapped with someone that they feel is a narcissist, which if you're agreeing with what I'm saying, that means you've recognised it. You can't do anything when you can't see. I've worked with loads of people over the years where I can see what they're in, they can't see it. So I'll be around them like the wolf. God has led me to be around them for the moment they realise, and it's not a nice moment when someone realises that. But that's when freedom can come in. And it just depends on how severe the situation is. I've worked with some people where it's like they need to get the fuck out, like, fast. This can be friends as well, by the way. It doesn't need to be always lovers. This can be like, because that kind of fits. The community card came out at the start. I just looked at 111, new beginnings, alignment. Right, so this is the one where someone's stopped lying to themselves and feeling regret, knowing that you tame their demons and you make them feel free. They want to spend quality time with you. Oh, wow. Prioritise self-love and care. When do you feel most nurtured and cared for? Right, I'm ending it there. That makes perfect sense with what came through. This person has come to realise that when they feel most nurtured and cared for is when they're around you. So if you've spent time with this person at any point in your life, that's when they felt the most at peace. They felt like you tamed their demons. I could never wait for the weekend when you would come over, 'cause that's when I'd see you again. You strengthen my weakness, you battle my demons. There we go. It's sometimes I get a little bit jaded to make it. I think that is I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. My crush on you's never faded. Let's go back to bed until we break it. So there's a lot of passion in this connection too, but there is no twin flame. That's September. It's one of my favourite ones. I knew it would come back to me. So let's look at that. It's all coming back to me now. The songs are just flooding in now, but it just came back to me right at the end. This person's come to the realisation right at the last minute, whatever that means. You're the joy seeker. What little victories can you celebrate? Well, even what I just said there, that's a victory. Better late than never. Once you realise, then you can get out of where you're trapped and go towards your true love that you ghosted at some point. Like, okay, we need to explore this. Somebody ghosted their twin flame at one point. They're going to be expressing their heartfelt truths, reaching out, missing you. They're sorry for the conflict that was caused. They're going to, there's a love call coming to make peace with a twin flame. That is beautiful. But what do we use for the thumbnail? Where's another one? I can mess it up now because I'm finished. Peaceful. Look, peace. Look, this is God. The dove. And the dove's always what I use the emojis for Mediumship Monday. Twin flame. Peace. Peaceful. Guided. Yeah. Follow the path of ascension. I think that's the thumbnail. Please like, comment, subscribe, book a personal session if you'd like one. I'm only doing the unlisted videos like this just now though. And actually, I won't be filming, if you book something like that, I won't actually be filming that probably until like the end of the week, maybe even in the next week. So if you can wait till then, great. Nobody's been booking them though. Like I said, I always just know that that's a sign that I'm meant to be resting right now. But I'm just saying that is, I've got time to do that. If you feel guided to, live sessions are on hold until whenever I've put in the comments, sometime in March. I was planning on being around tomorrow, Tuesday, to do, if anyone felt guided to do the twin, yeah, it is for everyone's for twin flames, the train journey hypnosis session, but nobody's booked that so far, so I kind of take that as a sign that that's not on the cards. But like I said, if for any reason you were feeling strongly pulled to do it and you felt like, right, I want to do it now, then get in touch. And but yeah, I can just tell by that I'm not meant to be doing it. Oh, and they've just made me pick that up. I wonder if you still think about me. How do you feel now you've had time to reflect? That feels like that one. Yeah. It's all unions, 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 and it always is on this channel, and you just let go though, because it's timeless, and you don't know when any of this is going to come about. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be putting out Mediumship Monday at some point as well. Either you saw this first or that first, but see you tomorrow anyway. Bye.